North Georgia tells a story shaped by mountains, mist, and memory. It's a region born from conflict and endurance. Once the homeland of the Cherokee Nation, forcibly displaced during the Trail of Tears. Its soil carries the echo of a gold rush, the scars of the Civil War, and a long-standing tradition of self-reliance and quiet resilience. But today, North Georgia faces a different kind of reckoning, one not of the past, but of progress. Broadband deserts, aging infrastructure, public health challenges, and growing divides demand a deeper understanding. We are Daniel Poole and Chase Driver, two researchers, innovators, and residents with deep ties to this region. In this presentation, we aren't offering solutions yet. Instead, we invite you into the landscape of our research. We aim to uncover the region's most urgent challenges and explore how data, history, and lived experience shape what comes next. This is a research check-in. This is the beginning of a bigger conversation. Our journey began not with answers, but with questions, and a desire to understand North Georgia not just through opinion, but through evidence, history, and the voices of those who live here. The region's challenges aren't new, but their causes are layered, and their consequences are far reaching. From the impact of aging infrastructure to the widening digital divide, each issue reflects a mix of geography, policy, economics, and lived experience. We'll examine 10 of the most pressing issues shaping the region's future, each unpacked through a pastel lens and connected to emerging innovation concepts from our course. We'll explore not only what's happening, but why, and how tools like the Internet of Things might reshape what's possible. This isn't just a report, it's a reflection of a region at a pivotal moment, one that requires creativity, clarity, and collaboration to move forward. In North Georgia, geography and infrastructure collide. Over 500,000 homes across the state lack access to reliable broadband, and many of them are tucked into the mountain valleys. For students, that means stalled learning. For doctors, limited reach. For small businesses, lost opportunity. This isn't just a technical issue, it's a social and economic barrier that deepens the divide between rural communities and the digital economy. Many of North Georgia's power lines and water systems were built for a different era. In towns like Dahlonega, aging infrastructure struggles to meet modern demand. Power outages, water main breaks, and weather-related failures are common and often dangerous. Add the looming risk of PFAS contamination, and the need becomes clear. This isn't just wear and tear, it's a growing vulnerability in a region that deserves more resilience. Today's tools allow us to see what was once invisible. Smart water sensors can detect contamination before it spreads. Mesh broadband networks can reach across remote ridgelines. Grid integrated monitors can flag weak links before the lights go out. These aren't future concepts, they're here now. The Internet of Things offers North Georgia a way to modernize, not with disruption, but with precision, upgrading systems where they're needed the most. In North Georgia, age is catching up fast. In many counties, 1 in 5 residents is now over 65, and that number is climbing. But as the need for care grows, access is quietly shrinking. Hospitals are hours away for some. Transportation is limited. And in the background, the opioid crisis deepens, with overdose deaths surging nearly 62% in just 2 years. It's not just a public health challenge, it's a crisis of distance, capacity, and fragmentation. What if care could come to the patient instead of the other way around? With the Internet of Things, that's becoming possible. Wearable devices can track vitals in real time. Smart pill bottles and geofence check-ins can support recovery without constant travel. And overdose alert beacons can notify first responders in seconds. This is where design thinking matters most, building from real needs with empathy at the center. As Metro Atlanta pushes outward, housing prices in towns like Dahlonega rise with it. What was once rural affordability is now slipping out of reach. For every 100 low-income families in Georgia, only 76 affordable homes exist. That gap forces trade-offs between housing, healthcare, food, and security. Zoning, development delays, and rising construction costs all play a role. And for many, generational ties to the land are no longer enough to stay rooted. This isn't just about building, it's about belonging and the quiet erosion of opportunity when stability becomes unaffordable. Georgia's job market looks strong on paper, but beneath the surface is a widening mismatch. In 2023, the state had nearly 70,000 more job openings than unemployed workers. The problem? Skills. In rural areas especially, access to training lags behind demand. Industries like healthcare, construction, and advanced manufacturing need workers, but the pathways to get there aren't equally available. The result? Unfilled jobs, underpaid workers, and rising pressure on already fragile local economies. Affordability isn't just about cost, it's about access to the tools that make economic mobility possible.
But these challenges reach even deeper, touching nearly every corner of life in North Georgia. Mental health is one of the region's most persistent yet least visible struggles. Georgia ranks 48th in the nation for access to mental health care, a statistic that takes on even more weight in rural areas where resources are thin and stigma is embedded in the culture. For those facing depression, anxiety, trauma, or substance use disorders, help can feel inaccessible. Providers are few, clinics are distant, wait lists are long, and for many, simply acknowledging the need for support can feel like crossing an invisible line. These conditions create a silent epidemic, one in which countless individuals go without care, their suffering compounded by isolation and fear of judgment. The gaps are widest among the youth, where just 9.5% of children and teens receive the mental health services they need. This is not just a matter of access, it's a matter of urgency, dignity, and human well being. Transportation, a daily necessity in most regions, becomes a significant barrier in North Georgia's dispersed mountainous communities. Roads snake through valleys and ridgelines, often aging, narrowing, and are prone to erosion or weather related closures. Public transportation is virtually non existent in many of these communities. Without a car, basic activities such as getting to school, a doctor's appointment, or a job can become daunting or impossible. For seniors, students, and low income residents, the lack of mobility contributes to social isolation, missed opportunities, and increased dependence on others. When travel is limited, so is access. The problem isn't simply logistical, it's structural. It's about who gets to participate and who gets left behind. Tourism, also celebrated as an economic engine for the region, brings with it its hidden tensions. North Georgia's natural beauty, such as its rivers, trails, waterfalls, and mountainous vistas, draws millions of visitors each year. Places like Lake Lanier, Helen, and the Appalachian Trail are a magnet for recreation and revenue. Yet the influx of people places an enormous strain on the ecosystem that were never designed to handle such volume. Trail erosion, overcrowded facilities, waste management challenges, and habitat disruption all take their toll. For small towns that rely on tourism dollars, the pressure to accommodate growth often outweighs the capacity to manage it. The balance between inviting the world in and preserving what makes the region special becomes increasingly fragile. Meanwhile, flooding and stormwater runoff are becoming more frequent and more destructive. Development continues, but drainage systems haven't kept pace. Runoff damages roads, homes, and rivers, particularly in low-lying and lower-income communities. Soil erosion clogs waterways and accelerates degeneration. The wildfire threat is also rising. Warmer, drier seasons and invasive species like the pine beetles have left forests dry and vulnerable. Response times lag due to terrain and limited resources. Taken together, these issues are not isolated problems. They are interconnected inflection points. They reflect the growing tension between heritage and change, between tradition and technology. This is the heart of our work, not just identifying where the region is hurting, but illuminating where IoT, equity driven design, and human centered innovation can work together. These are not just challenges, they are opportunities to transform vulnerability into resilience. North Georgia does not need to be reinvented. It needs to be reconnected to its land, its people, and its future. This is where that reconnection begins.